Please give me just a moment to verify streaming.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are streaming.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Board of Education Finance Committee meeting. Dr. Albright, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Ronaldo Tomorito,
Here.
Heather Benavides,
Here.
Josefina Dominguez,
Here.
Crystal Tapia Romero.
Here. Our first item is to consider adoption of the October 22nd, 2025 Finance Committee meeting agenda. May I have a motion, please?
I move that we adopt the October 22nd, 2025 Finance Committee meeting agenda. This is Board Member Benavides.
I will second Board Member Tomorito.
Thank you. Dr. Albright, may I have a roll call?
Ronaldo Tomorito,
Yes.
Heather Benavides,
Yes.
Josefina Dominguez,
Yes.
Crystal Tapia Romero.
Yes. Our next item is to consider approval of the minutes from the Finance Committee meeting.
Chair Tapia Romero, you were on mute for some reason.
It said that I was muted. Someone muted
Yeah.
me. Okay.
Can you make that agenda motion,
Yes.
read that agenda item again?
Our next item is to consider approval of the minutes from the Finance Committee meeting on September 24th, 2025. May I have a motion?
Move to approve the minutes from the Finance Committee meeting on September 24th, 2025.
And I'll second Board Member Benavides.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Ronaldo Tomorito,
Yes.
Heather Benavides,
Yes.
Josefina Dominguez,
Yes.
Crystal Tapia Romero.
Yes, thank you. So our next item is public forum. But today we actually did not have anybody sign up for public comment, so we will continue on with our agenda. So currently now we are going to now consider approval of grant budget adjustment for 7 funds. The first is CSI MRI ATSI FY25 cohort, Johnson O'Malley Environmental STEM Pathway, the Wellness Rooms Pilot, Secondary Disciplinary Literacy, Corporation for Public Broadcasters Restricted for KNAW, and Corporation for Public Broadcasting Restricted KNAW. And our presenters for this, there we go, unrestricted, excuse me. One was restricted and one is unrestricted. And our presenters for this are Ms. Apodaca and Ms. Marin. You have the floor, ladies.
Okay, Madam Chair, board members, I do have Ms. Marin on the call to present this item.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Presenting for your consideration of approval, the budget adjustment for the stated 7 grants. The only significant amount grant is the carryover for the CSI grant. And other than that, I stand for questions.
Thank you, Ms. Marin. I will open it up to members of the committee for questions, and Board Member Dominguez, you are up.
I have a point of clarification. So are we approving receiving and actually funding, putting these monies into this account, or are they being used? Are we approving expenditures?
Board Member Dominguez, we are accepting this grant. We will proceed after with an MPD budget approval, and then we can make it available for spend.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
I have a
Member
question.
Morito, go ahead.
I have a question, Board Member Tomorito. On the statement listed under Johnson O'Malley, it says this grant provides programs to meet the special educational needs of eligible American Indian Alaska Native. It's not specifically for special education. So Impact Aid does have a clause for special ed, but not Johnson O'Malley. So I think that's a typo.
Board Member Tomorito, indeed, I think there is room for misinterpretation. It's the special need, not necessarily related to special education, but the particular needs of the identified students. We will take a look at the description and try to make it more clear.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do I have any other questions? Okay, I will go ahead and continue. Thank you, Ms. Marin. Our next item is to consider approval of September 2025 interfunction transfers for grant budget. And I will turn it back over to Ms. Apodaca and Ms. Marin.
Okay. Madam Chair, board members, again, Ms. Marin will present this item.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, presenting for your consideration of approval the grant management interfunction transfers. They are fairly routine transfers. We are working on aligning the out of school time, and you will see a very large chunk of it also in the intra function going to schools and aligning to the application. Other than that, I stand for questions.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Marin. Members of the committee, do we have any questions related to this item? Okay, great. I see none. We will go ahead and continue. Our next item is to consider approval of September 25 intra-function transfers for grant budget. And Ms. Marin, back to you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board, presenting for your consideration of approval the intra-function transfers for grant management. We are seeing a lot of alignment to encourage spending or to align with the application. And other than that, I stand for questions.
Great. Thank you. Members of the committee, any questions? Okay. I see none. Thank you, Ms. Marin. Our next item is to consider approval of September 2025 interfunction transfers for all non-categorical funds. And our presenter for this is Ms. Hicks or Ms. Apodaca. I'm looking. Ms. Hicks, there you are. Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning. Madam Chair, members of the committee, this agenda item requests your approval of 10 interfunction budget transfers in the operational fund totaling $536,000. 7 out of the 10 transfers use at-risk funds, and the remaining 3 use general funds. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Hicks. Members of the committee, any questions? Okay, thank you. We will continue. Our next item.
Actually,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Madam
Board Member
Chair,
Dominguez.
I have a question about the professional development item. It says here that well, wait a minute. Is this for accepting or these are actual expenditures? Is that correct?
These are transfers of budget from one account to another. So we're not approving accepting them, and we're not necessarily approving spending them. We're approving moving them from one place to another to make them available to be spent out of the correct account.
Okay, and so there's a professional development amount that's being transferred for or being made available of $20,000. I'm just curious for whom that will be.
I don't have that information off the top of my head, but I can get it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much. We will continue. Our next item is to consider approval of September 25 intra-function transfers for all non-categorical funds. And Ms. Hicks, I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. This agenda item requests your approval of intra-function budget transfers for all non-categorical funds, totaling $2.9 million in operational funds, $659,000 in ad valorem funds, $2,500 in facility enterprise funds, and $5.2 million in capital funds. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much. Members of the committee, any questions? Okay, thank you. We will continue on to consider approval now of statement of equipment to be taken out of service from July 1st through August 31st of 2025. And for this, our presenter is Mr. Allison, our Senior Director of Capital Fiscal Affairs. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. I am presenting for you to consider for approval our statement of equipment to be taken out of service from July 1st to August 31st of 2025. And the attached summary that we gave identifies the equipment, furniture, and technology we have taken out of service between July and August of 2025. It is being disposed of in accordance with the New Mexico state statute. Our technology department was in the amount of $2,258,891.65. And our salvage department was in the amount of $478,357.36. I would gladly answer any questions anyone may have.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Allison. Members of the committee, any questions? Okay, thank you so much. We will continue. Our next item now is to consider approval of gifts, grants, and donations for more than $5,000. And today we have several that we will be accepting. The first is donation of $5,000 to Belhaven Elementary School from Garcia Honda. Donation of $7,500 to McKinley Middle School from Laura Lakin. First donation of $5,000 to S.Y. Jackson School from the S.Y. Jackson PTA. The second donation of $5,000 to S.Y. Jackson from S.Y. Jackson Elementary Parent Teacher Association. The first donation of $5,000 to Valley High School from Frank's Supply Company. Second donation of $5,000 to Valley High School from Frank's Supply Company. First donation of $5,000 to Valley High School from Jerusha Reynolds, and a second donation of $20,000 to Valley High School from Jerusha Reynolds. And our presenter for this is going to be Mr. Turnbull. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Again, I present for approval 8 donations as you had described. In the packet, there's also additional information. With that, I stand for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Turnbull. Members of the committee, do we have any questions related to these donations?
No questions, just a deep appreciation for the donations.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for that. Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Turnbull. Our next item is to consider approval of district purchase or expenditure that equals or exceeds $500,000. This is for leadership development, performance management, and internal project management. Our presenter for this is going to be, is it Ms. Apodaca?
Yes, please.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Madam Chair, board members, in your packet, you'll have the action item, also the board report, and the evaluation summary for the RFP. This is for purchase of leadership development, performance management, and internal project management. The selected vendor is EduSolve, and depending on district need and available budget, we're estimating $1.2 million for a 4-year contract. We
Thank
stand
you,
for questions.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Apodaca. Members of the committee, do we have any questions?
Clarification for me.
Yes, go ahead.
So first, how does this amount compare to previous, I guess it's professional development, right? Or for cabinet?
Board member Dominguez, I believe that this is like an open contract, just depending on what the need is. And it isn't necessarily for cabinet. I have Dr. Mallerwine who can speak to it.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, Member Romero, Board Member Dominguez, Tomarito, and Benavides. So as you guys know, I started August 1st, so I can't speak to the origin of the why, but I can tell you the work that we're doing with Edu Services currently. So Edu Services is a consultancy group that is working very closely with, last year they worked very closely with Deputy Superintendent Gonzalez, and what he was doing was, what they were doing was creating the structures and the systems in which we can monitor the 90-day plans and monitor and actually implement and execute the board goals in the schools. And that plan began at the executive level and is working its way through. So this year, right now, I've been onboarded and working very closely with the consultants. The consultants have done very intensive multi-day training with our new team of assistant superintendents to create the system and the structure so they can work with our site level leaders to really align 90-day plans that will in turn execute strategies all the way into the classroom level that will that are basically only aligned to our 4 goals. So at this point, we're going to continue to work through that, and they will be working. They work with me basically on a consultancy basis. I give them feedback, they give me ideas, and then when we build together the professional development with our assistant superintendents. Yesterday, I began the conversation for what next steps look like, and what next steps look like is they're going to continue that process throughout the rest of this year. And I worked with Dr. Gonzalez and Dr. Blakey on this idea, so this wasn't just me in isolation. Just so you know, I don't do anything in isolation. We're a team here. But we're going to look at continuing to work with the assistant superintendents this year, really refining the strategies and the systems for them to work with the principals. And then next year, we're going to bring that professional development directly to our site level leaders so they can be able to communicate at a very high level, support our teachers at a high level, actually look at what are the strategies that are going to improve our instruction in the classroom. We know that we have tons of very skilled teachers in our system. Those teachers that are doing well, we will let them operate but for those teachers that are struggling or need additional supports, what this consultancy will do will work with the principals on how to give them the supports that they need so the classroom environment is enhanced for our students. Now, what Ms. Apodaca said is my understanding is this is an open PO not to exceed a certain amount of money. I don't believe that we are going to spend that money, but it was really just the kind of a framework to execute. And I'll share with you that we are looking to streamlining finances in every situation to be very fiscally responsible with our taxpayer money, as well as making sure our dollars are being spent in the most effective way that land in the classroom to support our teachers and our site level leaders. So it does start a little bit, to answer your question, at the cabinet level, but it is shifting throughout our system very quickly, the work that we're doing with EduSolve.
And are they also is there some collaboration with teachers? Do teachers weigh in?
Not at this point.
Okay.
But
And
they align, but everything aligns to the 4 board goals. So it's not anything really in addition. It's very much aligned to the work that the governing board has, I guess, empowered us to do.
Sure. Yes. And
Yes,
it's never the what. It's always the how. And so I'm just hoping that teachers have they're our foot soldiers.
Yes, ma'am.
As are the principals. So and then finally, I just want to be clear about this because EduSolve did appear in another RFP very much related to the board. I just want to be clear that this does not involve any kind of PD. There's no expectation that EduSolve will work at this point with the board.
I'm not prepared to answer that. I don't know one way or another on that. I just could speak to the work that we're doing at the cabinet level and trickling all the way into the site level. I'm not positive about that. Ms. Apodaca, maybe I'll speak to that.
Thank you. As I stated, this contract is like open depending on need and budget. So I would say if there's no need or request from the board services, then we would not initiate a separate task order under the contract for that.
Okay, right. I was gonna say it would have to be requested by the next board.
Correct.
Great, thank you. Any
Okay,
other
thank you.
Board Member Tomori?
I have a question. On there, specifically, it's stated with special education, there's redesign and strategizing. Can you clarify to what that is and how that will improve special education? And there, I also see there's some professional development.
Yes, ma'am. Good question. So there's some expertise within EduSolve in the world of special education. They're working directly with Miss Jett as she oversees the special ed to streamline services and create more efficiency. We want to make sure that our special ed education students are ultimately we're writing the correct IEPs and getting the right services in the classroom, because we know that really they just learn slightly different, and each of them we want to meet their needs. So I think that what that speaks to is the work they're doing directly with Ms. Jett, who then is working directly with the Assistant Superintendent of Special Ed, Ms. Reisner.
And so this is specifically geared toward IEPs, because I'm just looking at the redesign, or is that just a portion of?
Yes, ma'am. Good question. It's just a portion. I think I just kind of mentioned a little bit of what we had spoke about in the last meeting, the things that are, but it's really an overall looking at just to improve our efficiency, to make sure our special ed students are getting what they need. We know it's a subgroup of our Yazi Martinez, and we really want to make sure that we're servicing them. So I know EduSolve is working directly with Miss Jett, who's working directly with our assistant soup of special ed, and then obviously it'll cascade throughout that special ed department to increase efficiency.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Great, thank you for that. Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much for that presentation. We will go ahead and continue. Our next item is to consider approval of district purchase or expenditure that equals or exceeds $500,000. This is for sheet metal fabrication and installation services. And our presenter for this is Ms. Apodaca.
Yes, thank you. Madam Chair, board members, this action item in your packet has the action memo, the board report, and also the evaluation sheet. This is for purchase of sheet metal fabrication and installation services. We are asking to multi-award this RFP. We have 3 vendors, local vendors, Albuquerque location. We have JB Henderson, B&D Industries, and Butler Sheet Metal. This is a 3-year contract, and the estimated is 14.4 million, which will utilize different funding.
Thank you, Ms. Apodaca. Members of the committee, any questions?
Question.
Yes, go ahead.
Do any of these vendors work with our trades people? And will there be opportunities for our kiddos to participate in apprenticeships?
Yes. Board Member Dominguez, I'll have to get back with you. I will consult with Dr. Gonzalez and John DeFay to get that answer for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Our next item is to consider approval of September 2025 cash disbursements. And Ms. Apodaca, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, board members, the next item for consideration is the September 2025 cash disbursements. PSAB Supplement 7 requires that this summary be presented to the school board for formal approval. So this meets those requirements. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. Members of the committee, any questions? Okay, thank you so much. So our next item is to consider recommending consent agenda board approval of items discussed during the October 22nd, 2025 Finance Committee meeting. These include grant budget adjustments, September inter and intra-function transfers for grant budget, September inter and intra-function transfers for all non-categorical funds, statement of equipment to be taken out of service, gifts, grants, and donations, district purchase or expenditure that equals or exceeds $500,000, which includes leadership development, performance management, and internal project management. And finally, sheet metal fabrication and installation services. And then we have September 2025 cash disbursements. May I have a motion, please?
I move to approve all that was previously stated by the chair.
I'll second. This is Board Member Benavides.
Thank you. May I have a roll call, please?
Heather Benavides,
Yes.
Ronaldo Tomorito,
Oop, you're on mute.
Yes.
Josefina Dominguez,
Yes.
Crystal Tapia Romero.
Yes, thank you. Our next item is to consider our next item is to announce the next Finance Committee meeting, which will be Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. This will be at 5 p.m. at the Alice M. Bruce King Educational Complex, which is 6400 Uptown, and it'll also be live streamed at aps.edu. And with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.